Once again on the campus of IMG Academy in Sarasota, Florida, this is Cavs Training Camp Nightly presented by KeyBank as the Cavaliers get set to open their preseason schedule early next week. John, Michael, and Serena Winters, it is day 4. Yesterday we were outside, conditioning day, a little bit of fun, a little bit of batting practice outside, back inside today for day 4. We're going to have some good guests on the show, starting with Jarrett Allen, one of our favorites.
I mean, is there anybody more engaging to talk to about non-basketball related stuff? I mean, he's just one of the best humans out there. He's so much fun. I think the fans are going to love this.
Played all 82 games
last
season.
Consistent.
Yeah, he's ready for another big season. That shooting percentage through the roof. A career high for Jarrett, led the NBA in that category. Dean Wade will be joining us as well. Dean, of course, a big part of this Cavs team. He's in his 7th season, believe it or not, with this Cavalier team.
I know you want to talk basketball, but the big thing about him, too, he was big at J.A.'s wedding, and we're going to get to
Yes,
that. Don't you worry.
Yes, he was. He was instrumental.
Instrumental at Jarrett Allen's wedding.
At the reception. Those two are straight ahead. A lot on this show. Come on back for Cavs Training Camp Nightly. Cavs Training Camp Nightly is presented by KeyBank. For every financial need, KeyBank will meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. We're joined by one of our favorites. It's Jarrett Allen. J.A., always good to see you.
Good to see you guys as well.
How's camp going thus far for you? We're getting to the end of camp. Feels like we just started, but we're getting to the tail end of the week here.
Camp has been excellent. We've been grinding. We've been playing against each other. Everybody's been giving it their best effort. Honestly, it's just been a lot of fun.
Any different here in year 2 of Camp Atkinson?
Not really. Same old, same old. You know, we all see how he is on the court. We all know how he is in practice. It's really just the vibe out there.
Jay, you've had an incredible summer. I mean, you got married, you went on an incredible honeymoon. Tell the fans a little bit about the travels that you did this summer.
Did a lot of travels this summer. Went to Japan first, then went to Austin for my wedding, then we went to Africa for a safari. Nice. Then we went to the Maldives just for the overwater villa and relaxation. Been all around the world this summer.
What was the most maybe memorable part of the safari trip specifically?
Got to see a lion chase down a buffalo.
Cool.
Yeah. Like we were just in the morning driving in the car. And all of a sudden we start seeing lions run. We're like, why are they running? They can't be going towards water. Turns out there's a mom buffalo and her baby running. Sadly, the baby got caught.
Oh no.
And honestly, we just drove up, sat and watched the whole thing get devoured.
I don't have any follow-ups from that. Hey, Mike, I don't even know.
It should have now an R. We're like, we're sorry for the young ones. Baby buffalo got tracked down. Were you in a car? Where were you in a car?
In like a Land Rover.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
And how far away was this all taking place?
Probably 15 feet, maybe. Yeah.
That's lovely. Good to see Jarrett out back
it is.
in one piece.
Really is.
After the African safari. Good to see you in one piece also after a regular season in which you played all 82 games last year, one of only 11 players in the NBA. You said to us at the time it was something you wanted to do, accomplishment-wise. Certainly great to get it done as you head in here to this season. You reflect back on last year, not the way anyone wanted it to end,
Absolutely.
But what are your thoughts and your takeaways as you carry over into this year?
There's just so much to take away from last year.
Yeah.
You can count it not as a success. We didn't go as far as we wanted, but I think truly we surprised ourselves a little bit in how well we were going to do. I know we knew we were going to be a great team, but it's hard to say we were going to win all those games in a row, 15 games, 12 games, 10 games in a row. And now that we know we can do it, we can push it so much further. We can go out and win every game we want.
What were the biggest differences going into last season? I mean, you look at the metrics, the player movement, the ball movement, those things were off the charts. They increased dramatically last year. In terms of being out there, what did you feel differently on both ends of the floor about this team as we went into last season?
Pace.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge thing this year. Pace, getting the ball up on offense, trying to speed the defense up. Everything is about pace this year.
I mean, you guys were pretty fast last year. You ready to run even quicker
Every year in the NBA,
Yeah.
the pace gets quicker and quicker, and they just want to push us harder and harder until you can't even see us move out there.
How tough is that to have to adjust to that every year?
That's just how basketball is nowadays. You have to take care of your body, make sure your body can handle it. Everybody is expecting more, and everybody's producing more.
John mentioned the 82 games that he played last season, and you mentioned to me the other day when talking about what this team needs to do to take that next step. You said consistency. I mean, that's that's pretty consistent from an individual standpoint, right? Playing all 82. But what does that mean in terms of just the entire team, consistency?
Right. From speaking for myself, the consistency part, the 82 games, honestly, there's games where it was like rough to get out of bed. I pulled a ligament in my finger. There's just a lot of bumps and bruises that you have to fight through to get to that 82. And that's how the season is for a team. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of times where we might feel like we're down a guy, but you just have to push through and just get it done.
Tell us about some of the new additions. We see Lonzo out there. You're talking about pushing the pace. Here's a guy who really can get you up and down the floor. I bring in Thomas Bryant. Larry Nance's a familiar face in Cleveland. Your thoughts about some of these new faces out there?
It's been incredible. They all bring something different. Zoe brings that pace. Thomas brings that physicality and being able to stretch the floor. Larry brings that Cleveland spirit. We all know what Larry brings. And it's just,
he'll tell you, too.
Yeah. Oh, he'll let you know.
He'll let you know.
Hashtag let him know. And then we just all bring something different to the table. And adding guys, they're just going to push us even more forward.
Hey, I think last year when you were on this show, we were talking about what you were building during the offseason. Was it a coffee table last year?
It was a TV stand last year.
A TV stand last year, right?
Yeah.
And didn't you say that you got all your own lumber for it?
Yeah. Went to the lumber yard. I picked up some walnut plywood.
Walnut?
I edge banded it. I did all of that.
All right. Anything this summer then?
I built an entryway table. I mitered the edges so it has a nice little 45.
Excuse me, you what?
Listen to this guy.
You did what? Mitered?
Mitered the edges at a 45-degree angle, So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't.
I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. It's a basketball
None of us
show.
can do.
Was it also walnut wood, or did you do?
No, I just got some 2x12s, like a 16-foot 2x12 from Lowe's.
Okay, so one thing I need to know about that, I know it's specific, but like how much does something like that cost to do, and then how long is it actually taking you? Is it worth the amount of time that you're putting into building?
Material-wise, probably about $150.
Okay.
But the tools, that's where they get you.
And how many days did it take you to build?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I think I might just buy something, Jamie.
I know. I was going to say, look at that. We're just saying that, yeah, right. Hey, so we've heard about the talent show the other night.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So,
yes.
Break this down, first of all. Is
Yes.
it only the young guys who need to show a talent?
Only the rookies. We
Only
got
the
to see what the rookies are about.
Got it. And then so the results, we've listened to some results so far in terms of what Judge Allen thought.
Right.
How did that all break down and unfold?
I thought everybody had a great showing. Everybody brought their best efforts. But I had to vote for Naquan.
Okay.
Or Lil 50 Cent. He came out there singing Many Men, shirt off, hat back. Just having the time of his life.
We've heard he was one of the best,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that seems to be
And
across the board.
we may or may not have heard the Jalen
Jalen Tyson, we've heard
this is-
varying reviews of his
so.
performance.
He almost got booed off the stage. It was
See,
bad.
kind Judge Jarrett. He's the nice judge.
Yeah, he's probably also a little bitter that people still consider him a rookie around here.
That's
I think he
true.
probably thought his rookie duties were
Until
over.
opening night, right? Is that how it works?
We've all been through it,
Yeah.
Until opening night, you're still a rookie. I went through it. Ask anybody else. They've been through it.
What are you most looking forward to this season? We touched on it a little bit, and what a bunch of building blocks from last year as you try to make those next steps, particularly in the postseason. Where do we start, J.A.?
I'm just looking forward to how we put everything together. There's a lot of unknowns, even though we know what team we can be. It's a weird kind of stage that we're in. We know that we can go out and win all these games. We know that we're one of the best teams in the NBA. The unknown is how we're going to put everything that we learned from last year and the years prior together.
When you think about this group that you have right now, John mentioned, Lonzo and picking up the pace. We know we got the old face and Larry Nance back here, Thomas Bryant, and adding these pieces. Where do you see this team can go?
As far as we want.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about it.
Jay, always great catching up, my friend.
Yes, thank
One of
you.
our favorites,
Thank
as we
you.
mentioned, Jarrett Allen. We will be back with Dean Wade right after this as the show rolls on. Back here on Cavs Training Camp Nightly, we are joined by Dean Wade. Dean, I understand we just had Jarrett Allen on the show that you played a very prominent role in somebody's wedding this summer.
That's what they say.
Yes.
Yes. I was part of it. Yeah, it was a great weekend. Great people. There was a viral clip that got out of somebody dancing. That was the only negative of the whole week, the whole time. But it was a beautiful weekend. It was super fun. You know, being around Jay and everyone, it was a super good time. But yeah, I'm still hearing about that actually. Yeah. So thanks, Isaac.
Yeah, Jarrett, said that you definitely took the cake on the dance floor.
He's proud of you. There was a lot
Lucky
of
for us, we
pride
also got to
being-
see some of it. Yeah, definitely. So what's something then about JA that you could share with us, since your dance moves have now been exposed to the world, that maybe fans don't know?
You know, I can't say anything negative about Jay. You know, he's just, even when he was dancing out there all night, he had the moves. It was good. It was, but I can't even think of a negative for him right now.
It's hard to
Good.
think of any negative.
It is.
about
It is.
Jarrett Allen.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Dean, is it wild to you that you now, along with Darius Garland, are the most tenured Cleveland Cavalier? You're number 7 here in the NBA.
Yep. It feels crazy. It really does. Yeah, it doesn't even feel believable, and especially having Larry Nance back.
Right.
He was here my first couple years, so having him back is like, I feel a lot younger talking to him. Don't tell him I said that, but yeah, he makes me feel young. But it is crazy that been here 7 years and got a lot of the same guys that we've had up through the whole time. So it does make me feel old though. It does make me feel old. It makes me feel like after a hard practice, I got to go sit down for at least an hour
Get in the ice
before I
bath.
can even move. Got to get ice. Got to do that. So
Right.
some things have changed in 7 years, but. Overall, man, it's gone by so fast. It feels like, my first couple years still.
Yeah, Larry's back on board. Lonzo Ball gets added. Thomas Bryant. Share with us your thoughts about the new guys and what they're going to bring, how they're going to fit with this team.
I think all of them bring their own special thing for the team. Obviously Larry and Thomas bring front court depth that we've needed, and so the way they compete is just unbelievable. Larry can guard 1 through 5. He can switch everything, so he fits right in. TV, maybe the best communicator I've seen as a teammate. He's super loud out there, super, he communicates everything over the top, and that's what you need, especially on a team like this. It's everyone knows kind of what they're doing anyways, and so you need somebody out there to be vocal and kind of keep everyone in the right spot. So he does a great job of that, and the way he plays, he can space the floor. He's tough. He rebounds at a high level as well. So those two bring great front court depth for us, and then Zoe, he brings like a real floor general point guard. He comes out, pass first kind of guy, and great at getting his teammates open, and he's easy to play with. He really is. He hustles. He's a great defender. Got fast hands, and then on the offensive end, he's finding us when we're open.
Dean, not many undrafted guys have been able to not only enter their 7th season here in training camp, but with the same team too. What does it mean to you to kind of be that constant, that's voice is still here?
Oh, it feels great. It's nice to have that. Everyone on this team believes in me and has believed in me from the start and gave me a chance. You don't see undrafted guys make it. 7 years, especially with one team, let alone being here is everything. But it's been a crazy journey, but I've fit right in. It's been really easy. The front office, coaching staff, everyone, my teammates especially, have made it super easy for me, and that made it easy for me to be successful. And all the credit's got to go to those guys. So, but it's been fun.
What's wild? This team has a lot of stories like that, underdog stories. Second round guys or guys who weren't even drafted. You go right down the list. Merrill, Strus. Something's different. Something's in the water in Cleveland, huh? What is it about this team?
Yeah, something's in the water, man. I don't know. I just think they give everyone a real chance, and then also the way we play is conducive to everyone's game, and they find their strengths. Sam's unbelievable shooter. He comes off flying off pin downs and stuff. They give them opportunities to thrive, and I think the way that Sam and Max and those guys have worked, I think they deserve that opportunity, and they've obviously earned every year and dollar they've made off it.
Yeah, well, he's certainly in that category as well, right?
Yeah, but look, another day of scrimmages out here. I want to know, who's the toughest player for you to guard in a Cavaliers scrimmage?
Don's pretty hard to guard. Yeah, he's so explosive. Lateral quickness wise, he's unbelievable, and he got the ball in his hands a lot. So you're at the top of the defense. You're spearing the defense when you're guarding that guy. So I think he's probably the hardest person to guard. But then again, you got like Sam. He moves so much off the ball, and he goes off so many pin downs, so many screens that if you're not connected with him, you're going to get absolutely crushed by some screens, and so that's also tough. And then like Evan, you have to guard that guy. He's like a different level. So those three, especially Don and Evan, man, those guys are definitely the hardest to guard. And
You know, with these scrimmages, what's interesting, fans don't get to see it, so I want to address it, is it's not your typical scrimmage, right? Like, you guys have points for certain things that you do, and even sometimes I think points can get taken away, right? Yeah. So can you give a little bit of an insight into how that works, what things you guys are working on with those points?
So a lot of them, so like today we did, you get a point for an outlet that gets up the court within 2 seconds, going up the court. And then our scoring areas, we have different scoring places on the court, and so if you get to the scoring areas in 4 seconds, that was a point. Turn it over, it's -1. If you get, you have to get 2 paint touches in a live thing, 2 paint touches and a kick out 3. If that gets it, that's like 4 or 5 points. So there's all these different rules, and
it's very complicated.
Yeah,
sounds
and then
it's difficult to keep track of.
And then if you don't tag, then even if you do score, the point doesn't count. So there's different scenarios. Just it's a way to keep everyone's just locked in on kind of different things, keep their minds sharp, and it works. It's tough.
I was going to say it seems to have worked here
It does.
through the first 4 days. I want to go back to Evan for just a moment. Speaking of like longevity things that are hard to believe, Evan's 5th year. You've been there since he was a baby, right? Drafted as a rookie, and you've seen him progress, and you've, as Serena mentioned, played against him in practice every day, progressing. Where has he expanded his game the most in your eyes?
I really think his leadership has been, from year 1 to now, obviously, like when we drafted him, he just wouldn't say anything. He was super quiet. But I think his intensity and his leadership that he's shown now, even from last year, has been off the charts. So that's a big thing. But the actual game-wise, I think, he put so much muscle and focus on his body in the offseason the past couple of years that he's come in and has been a completely different player. Like, he can handle the ball. He can take that physicality and not even budge. So his physicality has really taken a big jump, and it's helped him in every aspect of his game. But definitely his shooting and ball handling this offseason has been big. I've noticed it. He comes in here, we just throw him the ball sometimes. He runs a point for us. So his ball handling is unbelievable, and he's making, I don't know, he's shooting 55% from 3 right now in training camp. So he's been great for us, and I think he keeps taking those next steps. And next steps, he's going to be unbelievable in the future, and he's already an unbelievable player right now. So, but we need him to be that guy that we need him to be. So, seeing that, it just gives the whole team confidence in everything we're doing. So, but it's been impressive. His growth from year 1 to now is crazy.
Hey, Dean, we've heard about the talent show already, but I know you guys have had trivia nights too. Take us inside some trivia night. Who was doing well? Maybe who not so much, or anything stand out?
I think the thing that really stood out is Jalen was up on, we had a Jeopardy thing, so you had to grab the beanbag before the other player. The coach would be right hand, so you had your hands on your hips and had to go. I think Jalen went 6 times for the other team, and so our team was just keep going through the per player. I think Jalen went up 6 times for the other team. There's other people that didn't go, but. Yeah, it was. Other than that, we had some pretty funny answers. A lot of them were just Cavs, what we do in certain situations, or play names and play calls and stuff like that. So we had some funny answers on trivia night that were not right.
I was gonna say, it sounds like they're not PC enough for us to share.
We won't share a lot of those. But I will say my team won. Red team won. Super impressive. My team was really impressive. Yep.
We've heard a lot about, speaking of impressive or not impressive, we've heard a lot about Jalen Tyson and that and the talent show, and nothing has been particularly flattering about his off-court performance during camp.
That was maybe the funniest talent show I've ever seen. There's other words you can use to describe that as well, but funny was good. Naquan's was hilarious. I don't know if you heard about that one. I got it on video. That was hilarious.
Oh,
hilarious.
We might need to see that.
Yeah. But Jalen's caught me off guard. I thought he was going to lip sing. He did not lip sing. He went all in. So
it's a good thing he looks good out here in camp, guys, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because that was bad. That was bad.
We're talking about on the floor.
That was not good. He didn't even know the words.
You'd think that'd be a prerequisite.
He picked the song.
Just coming in. His thing. Hey, before we let you go, thoughts about this year? Obviously big-time building blocks. Last year didn't get as far as you wanted to in the postseason, but high hopes, high expectations here this year.
Yeah, very high expectations. Especially I think a lot of us, especially during the offseason, took we didn't live up to what we could have been in the playoffs, didn't play to our full potential, and I think that really ate at us. And I think everyone took that in the offseason and worked on their game in a certain way, whatever they needed to. And I think the coaching staff have been great getting with us and, telling us what we need to work on and working with us. And so I think everyone came in super locked in. And training camp has been great so far. The way we're playing, we're ahead of schedule, like what I thought we would be at this point in time. And so the way we're playing has been great. And I think our expectations, are way higher than a lot of people. I know it's high everywhere. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, you're going to be good. But I think, in the team has been super high, and everyone's been super locked in. I think everyone's bought in and ready to take the jump.
Dean, I always appreciate it.
Yeah,
Looking forward to another big year.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be back after this. Serena and I will wrap things up right here on Cavs Training Camp Nightly. Cavs Training Camp Nightly is presented by KeyBank. For every financial need, KeyBank will meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Well, the Friday practice is complete. Tomorrow's a day off. Only one more. We will have a show tomorrow to close up our week with you right here on Cavs Training Camp Nightly. But tomorrow's a day off. They practice again on Sunday. And then preseason's right around the corner.
Yeah, and hey, a well-deserved day off because they went hard today. Scrimmage was great to watch. These guys looked fantastic. Although I will tell you, John, that I'm still reeling from the baby buffalo story that we heard from Jarrett Allen.
Yeah, Jarrett made it real.
He did.
Real fast.
He really did.
Oh, it's good to catch up with the big man. We certainly enjoyed Dean Wade as well. So our final show tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be with you. For Serena, this is John on Cavs Training Camp Nightly.